to the RunRX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to Tough Love Tuesdays. I'm your host, Coach Caroline. And it's interesting, I've been trying to keep these between 5 and 10 minutes as best I can. And so I'm kind of thinking this as a daily Tuesday dose of a little bit of mindset to get you going in the week. So this week's mindset that I want to talk to you about is this idea of quitting before you even start. I recently was talking to a member, actually Valerie had been talking to a member and I was nearby, and she talked about doing push-ups. And the woman said, I can't do push-ups, so can I do something else? And it was really amazing to me that the fact that she thought she couldn't do push-ups, she immediately shut down and she just wasn't going to do them. And I thought to myself about things that I've done, sitting on my feet. You've seen Valerie sit in such a way where she's stretching out her ankles and she basically is sitting on her feet where her knees are totally bent. When I met Valerie, I had just had knee surgery, a little bit of a scoping in one knee, and then I later had scoping in the other knee, and I couldn't sit like that. That was 3 years ago. Now, 3 years later, I can sit on my knees. Same with my squatting. I had stopped the flexibility in my hips, and so I could sit in a chair. I could do a squat about to a chair height, but I couldn't actually squat all the way down past 90 degrees where I could almost sit in a squatted position and be comfortable. I used to sit like that all the time into my 30s. So when I realized I had lost some flexibility, I had lost the ability, with my knees, I started working on it just a little by little each day. It wasn't very comfortable. I didn't stay in it very long. I would just kind of try to stretch it out a little bit. And here I am, quite a few years later. The real focus work really was in the last year, but now I can do it again. And what I wanted to bring up to you is this idea that we quit. We quit before we even start. We have people that come into the membership that don't ever send in a gait analysis, that maybe send in one check-in, and they just decide this isn't for me. And that's okay. That's fine. But you're quitting on something before you've even started. When those 12 weeks are going to pass by anyway. You've already spent the money to get into the 12 weeks, right? You've already spent the money to learn the movement. And there's not a refund because of the digital nature. So you've already spent the money and the time's going to pass anyway. Why are you closing off to an idea that you could fix something? You could learn to do push-ups. You could learn to get flexibility back on your hips. You could learn to do a squat. That time is going to go by anyway. And the only thing stopping you from achieving that goal is the thought in your head that I can't do it or I don't want to do it. When in essence, why not try? Maybe you don't become the world's best push-up person. Maybe you don't get past 10 push-ups with great form. But the fact that you're even willing to try it is going to really affect your self-image. It's going to affect how you do things. It's going to build strength in your core. It's going to bring out those synapses that I talked about last week of trying something new. But mostly, it's going to challenge your beliefs about yourself and realize that the only thing holding you back is you. Okay, guys? So next time you put up a wall or you think to yourself, I can't do those. Can I do something else? I'm not capable. I don't want to. Realize that that time, that 10 minutes in that workout, whatever, is going to pass anyway. So why not do something that's going to challenge you mentally, emotionally, and physically? Okay, guys? See you next week. Thank you for joining us on the RunRX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.